and their values will become the values of the larger society.
Yeah, that's true. The other thing that's going on too is that from the 60s, 70s, and then when I was a child, you could sustain a family on one income.
That's right.
Today, that's virtually impossible. If you're making $50,000 a year, $60,000, it's really hard. It's really hard to get by.
Yeah.
And if you have a wife and a family, and you have bills and a car and maybe
terrible.
2 cars, it's fucking rough.
Yeah.
And Dave Smith talked about that.
Yeah.
Thank the people who brought us into wars that cost trillions of fucking dollars.
Well, not only that, I was talking to my aunt about immigration, who I like, and she, was basically going, I said, I think you also have to pause legal immigration for a minute. And she goes, well, then who's going to be your doctor? Because she has an Indian doctor.
Oh, boy.
And I said, well, wait a minute.
Hilarious.
I said, hold on.
That's hilarious.
That's what she said. She goes, well, who's going to be your doctor? She's a boomer aunt sitting at my house in Southampton, going, well, who's going to be your doctor? And I go, why are we not training American children to be doctors in America?
What'd she say to that?
She goes, well, no one does their homework. I was a teacher for 30 years, and I know that no one does their homework. And I go, do you think it's possible that nobody does their homework? Because we need 2 incomes to run a house, and kids are left to play video games by themselves, and they're not being parented, So I think this idea of like, we're importing doctors. You know what I mean? Because this whole idea is like, oh, these are jobs Americans won't do. And then they're like, well, it's agriculture and stuff. And it's like, okay, you can understand some of that. But then you're like, wait a minute. Are you saying Americans don't want to be doctors? That's crazy. They don't want to work in hotels or restaurants. Then you start going, well, what jobs can Americans do?